If things go right, we may do a little fishing today. So the guys said that they were kind of overrun with raccoons last night. Alright guys, so we are out at Potts Preserve once again, but this time we are at a different location at Potts Preserve. So the last time we were at Potts Preserve, we were right along the river, and if you'll remember, that's where all the airboats came flying in that night and shined bright lights and everything. This is a different location. I will put a link in the description for this location. It's a really nice little spot here. There's several different campsites in this area, so there's a lot for us to choose from. If things go right, we may do a little fishing today, and it's going to be a little different than I did last time, so fingers crossed we can make that work. But first, we got to get our sleeping arrangement set up, and tonight we're doing something a little bit different. We're not hammock camping. We're going to do a test of that Onewind tent bivy, and we're going to get that set up in this little spot over here that I've picked out. I also have my new sleeping pad in, and it's a Thermarest Trail Scout. So we're going to get that set up, and once we get all that set up, then we'll see if we can find somewhere to go fish. So one of the nice things about this spot is you can pretty much back right up to your campsite wherever you want to camp at. So makes it a little more handy for setting up. I don't really have to carry things very far. And therefore I was able to bring, you know, a little more bulky, heavier stuff. So today we have my older pack. This is the Marting Top pack. And along with that, I do have my wool blanket because it's still going to get into the 30s tonight. And I've just got my top quilt, so I've got my wool blanket. I do have a Thermarest Z-Lite pad to go under my other sleeping pad. So we should be pretty well covered there. Like I said, I can have a little more bulky stuff this time, so that's what we got. But first, let's go ahead and get this thing popped open, and we can get the bivy tent out of here, get that thing set up. We'll go on from there. So just about got the tent bivy set up here, but I didn't bring any poles to hold the awning out. So I've got to walk around here and see if I can find something to make some poles out of for that. But once I get that figured out, we should be good to go. I don't know if I can get it out of there or not, but even something like this dead limb here, I can cut a couple of small pieces off of and make it work if I can get it out of here, but we'll see. Be real careful up in here. Chiggers love that moss like that. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh yeah, just what we needed. All right, so I have my little Victorinox Ranger grip saw. This piece hasn't been down for too long. Must have been knocked down during the hurricanes or something, because it's still kind of green. So that'll make it a little stronger for us anyhow. It's got a little bend in it, but I think that's gonna work. It'll be okay. I think that's high enough. That's enough anyhow. We'll make it work. So from the looks of it, this must be an airboat launch right here. And when I look at Google Maps, it looks like there's a bunch of airboat tracks around out here in the marsh. I don't even know if I'll find a hole deep enough to fish in around here, which, to be honest with you, I thought we were going to the other spot. I'm going to be camping tonight with my buddies again. They sent me a link, said, hey, you want to come camp with us? All I saw was Potts Preserve, and so I just assumed we were going to the other place directly on the river. So I did bring some fishing stuff. I don't know if I'll even get to use it, but luckily I did bring something else for dinner tonight. But we will head around here in a minute. There is a spot that I looked at that might be possible, and it's not a super far hike, so we may go ahead and try to hike in there and just see if we can get to it and fish it. I don't know. The guys have took off and gone somewhere. I got here to camp, nobody's here. So I'm sure they'll be back here in just a little while. But I'm gonna finish getting my stuff set up, and then I'll kind of make a decision what to do from there, because to be honest with you, I don't really want to hike off and try to find that other spot when there's nobody here to tell where I'm going, and I really don't know exactly how to explain where I'm going. And then on the other hand, we're going to be running out of light soon, so it's kind of a catch-22. I've got to kind of make a decision here pretty quick and figure out what I'm going to do. But boy, I'll tell you what, the weather is beautiful right now. This site is gorgeous. It's an oak hammock under here. Beautiful. And it's going to be cool tonight, or it'll be cold tonight, but it's not going to be super cold. Last night at my house it was 23 degrees, and that's low for Florida, so pretty cool. There was a lot of ice this morning, but tomorrow morning it's not supposed to be quite so cold, so I think we'll be okay. Beautiful spot though. Well, I decided against trying to go over there and hike in there and go fishing. There's some folks that have set up camping over there now, and I don't really want to, you know, just go parking over there and hiking by their setup. It wouldn't be right. Might not make them feel too comfortable, so we'll save that for another trip. I'm gonna go ahead and process up some firewood tonight though, because I did bring my little bush box to build us a little fire with. I thought it might be kind of cool to get us some firewood together, and maybe tonight we can kind of just lay in the tent bivy there and feed the fire and just kind of have some bush television, as they say. So I'm gonna break up some of this firewood and enjoy that. I waited a little bit late to start thawing out my pork steaks for dinner tonight, so we'll see. Maybe they'll be thawed out in time. If not, the guys have a fire going over there, so if nothing else, I'll just go Set them over there by the fire and let them thaw out for a little bit before I season them up. So either way, we'll make it work. It's kind of punky. Yep. It'll burn though. That is a fire. Alright, so it got dark quick. We were just kind of hanging out and talking and getting ready to cook dinner and stuff, and the sun went down, and when it went down fast. So we've just been hanging around the fire. We actually watched a movie. James brought his projector and screen, and so we sat here and watched a scary movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one about the people going to Chernobyl, and I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it was a pretty creepy movie. I don't know how smart that was right before I'm going to bed, but it was pretty cool anyway. But the temperature is dropping, so it's like 47 degrees now. But everybody's gone ahead and climbed in their tents and stuff. We're gonna test this thing out tonight and see how it sleeps. We're gonna check it to see if it gets any humidity in it, but I don't know if it's gonna be a real test, because I don't plan to drop the top tonight. So if the awning is open, it's not gonna get any humidity in there, so we should be fine. But anyway, we'll test it to see how it feels and all that. So, but what I did do was, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got us a bunch of firewood cut up, and I got my little firebox set here, and I thought it would be cool tonight, before I go to sleep, to just sit here and kind of lay here in the tent and feed the fire a little bit and enjoy that. And so I think that's what we're going to do. little tent. It's pretty cool. So the guys said that they were kind of overrun with raccoons last night. I haven't seen any raccoons yet, but I've heard some stuff rustling around in the bushes, so I'm sure that's probably what it is. We made sure we put all the food and everything up, so we should be good to go. Hey, good morning. I actually slept good last night. I stayed good and warm. This thing does still, even though it was open, it creates some condensation in here, so I don't know. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's definitely some condensation in here. I know next time, though, that I will run the ridge line on it, because I think that would help it keep from sagging quite so bad. But yeah, my setup here kept me good and warm last night. I haven't looked at the thermometer yet to see how cold it got, but it got pretty chilly. I think it's time to get up and make some coffee though. Okay. That's good. So my coffee was good this morning. We had a pretty cool setup this weekend. So my buddy Robert brought his TP hot tent, which was cool. James had his overlanding setup. I didn't get any video of Randy's setup, but he just had a tarp setup over there with a bivy under it. So we had a good assortment plus the tent bivy here. This did really well last night. I do think that there's a few things that I would do differently next time, and I might do a modification on it. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But it's time to go ahead and get this stuff broke down. But we had a really, really good time. I really did enjoy this though. So it's not huge, but it's enough room for me to get in it and comfortably sleep. So let's go ahead and get this thing broke down and we'll talk a little bit more about it. Well, cut all this firewood and only burned a few sticks of it last night before I crashed out and went to sleep. But that's okay. We'll leave it for somebody else to use. All right, so we're all packed up. As usual, I'm the last one here. So couple final thoughts on the tent bivy. First night testing it, it actually did really well. I like the size of it for a get home bag or something like that. It's simple to pack down, it packs down small, doesn't weigh very much, fairly simple to set up. It did have a little moisture in it this morning, even though I had everything unzipped. So that's kind of a drawback, but it wasn't terrible. But I do enjoy the awning on the front of it and that little wing on the side of it. So of course I'm gonna have a plane coming over right when I'm trying to talk, but all in all, I really enjoyed that little tent bivy. I slept well in there last night. I've got a new sleeping pad, the Thermarest Trail Scout, and that thing kept me good and warm. It's surprising how just my little sleep system that I've got, it got down to I think 38 or 39 last night, and so it was fairly chilly, but just that little Jaxer Better overquilt that I have and that sleeping pad really did a good job keeping me warm. This morning, I don't know, that's the problem with me going to bed so early. I think we went to bed like 10:30 last night, and I was up at 5 this morning. But I got up and it was a little chilly, and I kind of thought about coming over here to the fire, and I didn't want to wake anybody up, so I just grabbed my little wool blanket out and kind of bundled up with it too, and got back in there and crashed back out for another 2 hours. So all in all, everything went really well last night though. I really enjoyed myself. This is a beautiful little campsite. We didn't get to do the fishing that I wanted to do in this video, but we're gonna do a catch and cook coming up. So if you're interested in that, leave me a comment below. I definitely want to get into doing some catch and cooks and stuff. I think that'll be fun. Just something different. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this video, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down there. Ring that notification bell so you get notified next time we put out a video. You can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you Saturday.